Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Johnny Learns Gardening. I am John Moody. I started this channel about 3 months ago. Wanted to see what I could learn about gardening. This is episode 11 for my garden updates. So every week I post an update showing how my garden's doing. So this is my front little garden bed thing that I have going. Flower bed. And I don't typically come out here, but I just wanted to show what was going on. So my rose bush is normally fairly impressive. Not sure what was going on this year. It did look pretty earlier in the spring, but yeah, I don't know if it's a maintenance thing. I don't know if it's because it's overrun by all this other stuff. So if you've been following, you know that I have rogue pumpkin seeds that we composted, and they're growing up in random places. So this is the one that's been growing out front. It is huge. The flowers are very pretty and open. I see some bees in here. Still no fruit. But that's okay. And this is the sunflower that my daughter planted. Started in this little cup and transplanted it out here. It's not as tall as the one last year, so I don't know if it's or I don't know why. And then my concern about the rose bush, there's this berries growing over here. Then they have this other little flower. I took pictures, I Googled it. What Google said, I mean, it says a lot, but they were talking about those poison berry things. Nightshade, I think is what it's called. So I told my wife about that, and she said that that's not true, that these are rose hips. I was about to hack it all down, but I am leaving it. If it's supposed to be a part of the rose bush, cool. If not, I need to figure something out. Yeah, so that's that. Random plants my wife buys. This is actually cantaloupe, and I've kind of been neglecting it. My daughter planted this. Looks like a random tomato plant growing in. Maybe some weeds growing in here. Honestly, I've been so busy doing other stuff that I have neglected this. So it might need to be transplanted into a bigger pot or in the ground somewhere. Random hanging flowers that my wife buys. Plants that my mother-in-law gave us. Pretty little flowers. So I'm not going to say that I've never edited. I'm just going to say that I'm not very good at it and I have very limited experience with it. So for the first few weeks or for a large chunk of time, I've been announcing how I don't rehearse what I'm going to say if it's not obvious already, and how my update videos anyway are always uncut. So there's no editing, it's just straight me showing you the plants and talking about it. I have tried practicing. I have edited at least one of my videos that I've posted. So more to come on that. So this is the black cherry tomato plant. I should probably harvest these if I want to continue, if I want it to continue to fruit. But harvesting it too early, there are tricks to ripen them off the vine. So we did that. Tastes like a regular cherry tomato plant to me. This is the blueberry plant. I try to pull these things up, but I don't know if I should break that up. There's random weeds growing in here, random grass. Another one of those rogue squash plants. Don't know if it's pumpkin or whatever other member of the squash family, but it's supposed to be growing strawberries in here. Again, that popsicle stick thing. Can you see it? Did you see it? It was kind of a dud. I don't know where my wife bought it. I don't know if we did something wrong. Yeah. Another rogue tomato plant. Same thing. I've kind of been neglecting them. There's little teeny tiny tomatoes growing in. It doesn't look very healthy. And what I was actually trying to grow in this little pot is that mint. And from what I have read of mint, it's supposed to take over. I did use an old packet, so I don't know if that had an old packet of seeds. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or what I'm doing wrong. Another rogue tomato plant growing in with my flat leaf parsley. I haven't harvested any of this. I think my intentions were to make like a tabbouleh type of salad, but I didn't pay attention and bought the wrong type of parsley. Those are good caterpillar things. I thought that was residue of the compost that I dropped in here, but they're not really moving. Interesting. So, whatevs. My basil plants. I have harvested a lot of this. I don't typically use basil. The reason why I chose to grow it was I read that they prevent flies and mosquitoes, and because of my children being so scared of flies, I wanted to do some things to help prevent them. I have had videos where flies were literally on top of it, so I don't know. This is my cilantro. I have harvested some of this. I still have not actually used it. But my whole thought process was growing these things to make certain dishes. The tomatoes, the cilantro. I did plant onions, but I haven't gotten any to make like a pico de gallo. But I'm still in the learning process, so timing would be something to take into consideration for next time. The second blueberry plant, they don't really do too much. So, again, I just learned that it takes years. Didn't realize that when I bought them. I might have had a different approach and bought a more mature plant. But that's okay. We'll see what happens in the years to come. Moving on. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I don't have very many followers. To all of my subscribers, I have 15. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't even know if you actually take the time to watch the videos. If you do, cool beans, thank you. If you don't, I get it. This isn't really an informational channel. This is just a experience this with me type of channel. So, yeah, I've been having a lot of thoughts, and I just need to figure out ways to express these thoughts or to talk about them. So, let's see. Last week we had just come back from a vacation, so I had neglected it for a week. And I guess we had some crazy storms where that side of the trellis was knocked over. Didn't seem to affect it too much. I just picked it back up, put it in place. I kind of questioned the sturdiness of this anyway, so I built all this from that plant back there and used free materials. I already had that twine, so that doesn't count. this overgrown pumpkin plant. I trimmed up to make some room. Also saw the white dots on it, which I'm assuming is powdery mildew. I don't have very much experience learning about powdery mildew, but yeah, the little bit that I have read or saw videos on, I know that it's not good, and I can't even, or shouldn't anyway, even compost it. So I put it all in the yard waste bin. But what I thought was cool that I didn't show anyone yet was I actually have a pumpkin growing. So there's so much going on over here. I'm not sure if it's from this first original big squash plant or if it's from something else, and then I haven't even played with it. I can't tell if that's broken off. It looks like it's broken off to me. So if that's all the growing it's gonna do, I will take a closer look at it when I'm done shooting. But yeah, trimmed a lot of the plant off. Speaking of crazy weather, last week was some storms, and we also had some pretty crazy storms this week. So I don't know if you can see it, but I get a lot of standing water. I have poor drainage in my backyard. Yeah. So that's some stuff that I have to deal with. So my walking around isn't going to be that much, at least not back there. Got some standing water over here. But yeah. So I'm not sure if it was the right thing to do, but I also trimmed off some of these yellowing leaves. I still have some around, so I don't know if I just missed them or if they're newly formed, if I'm doing something wrong, if some bugs are attacking them, or if it's just part of the process, or if they are deficient in some type of nutrient. I did throw a bunch of compost on. I do have some bone meal left. I'm actually making some potassium banana peel water stuff to throw on it, so hopefully that will help. But yeah, got another pumpkin growing in there. I'm not sure how good it'll do. I have I don't want to say random, but a tomato plant growing in the middle of all this. My snap peas haven't produced anymore. I had a few peas that I harvested, but after that wasn't really much. Moving on, I have this big pumpkin right here. I mean, it's not huge. It's still going. I saw a video about when the time to harvest it is, and the biggest thing is, instead of thumping it, is to tell by this tendril up here. When that turns brown, it's time to harvest it, or it's ripe. Yeah, same thing. I don't really prune it, I guess, like I should. I'm kind of in between. What was it? I saw a video on chaos gardening, and this young lady just had a bunch of random seeds that she just threw into the ground, and her thing was letting nature take its course. And the video was all about how easy it is. So I'm half in between. I want to grow certain things in a certain way, or at least have a lot of production out of them. And I'm kind of like stretched for time. So doing all the necessary work and research, I'm not the best at this time. So I have about 2-3 watermelon plants growing. 2 of them are a yellow variety. It's honey yellow, I think. And then on this side is the orange. I forget the name. I'll refer to the packet back in the house. But I had a little guy coming in. Oh, here he is. There's a little guy right here. So that's cool. For a long time, he wasn't doing anything, so I was kind of not worried, but I just wasn't expecting anything out of him. The green beans were finally producing. It grew really tall. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know that they would grow that tall. I probably would have been better prepared had I knew better. And then once it got really tall, I was expecting a lot of green beans to be producing. And last week was the first time I harvested some, and it looks like this week I need to harvest some more, so that's cool. Green beans aren't my favorite vegetable, but I can eat them. We eat them, usually canned. Usually it's the French cut, but I'm not picky. My kids are, so we'll see. Coming around here, I've been harvesting a lot of rainwater. Yeah, see that white stuff? I'm assuming is powdery mildew. I will have to clean all this up, I guess. Now that one down there produced one large zucchini. My wife cooked it the same day. It was good, so I don't know if this is zucchini or, like I said, random pumpkin plants. Like that over there, not sure. This is kind of concerning. I thought I cut all this off. What do I need to do? I do have neem oil. I think that's more for bugs. Not sure what I need for powdery mildew. I'm gonna have to watch some videos on that. Not sure if it's too late, if I should just get rid of everything. Yeah. Let's see. This is green beans from the other side. Anything I notice? Not really. Is that mint? Kind of looks like mint right there. I wanted to show you the spinach plant that had dried all out. I think I just buried it in the compost. So hopefully I get some good spinach next year. My plan was to harvest the seeds and plant them when and where I wanted, but nothing ever goes according to plan for me. That's why I don't make plans. That's why I go with the flow. Compost bin, keep it covered with random cardboard stuff so I know that it looks sloppy. This is the second bay that I have started pretty much this year. There's the big hay bale, and then I started throwing in some yard wastes. I just brought a bucket home from work that has kitchen scraps in it, so I'm gonna start this side. I'm gonna start utilizing what I have on this side. So excited to see the effects of the compost. I guess those are my beefsteak tomatoes. They still look small, so I don't want to harvest them. But looks like I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tomatoes that I can see right here. I read that beans produce their own nitrogen, So all of this yellowing and dead leaves that I pruned off, I kind of just dropped for it to kind of compost itself on the bed, so it looks a little sloppy down there, but yeah, hopefully it'll help and give the plants the nutrients that it needs, the nitrogen that it needs. Is that it? Is that all I have to show? Is that all I have to talk about? No, that's... wanted to show the corn. It's not worth stepping in that mess. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not stepping over that mess. So I have like 4 or 5 stalks and only like 3 ears. And you can see there, the I don't know what they're called, the furry things at the end of it, once they turn brown, I learned last year that it's the time to harvest it. It's done all of the pollinating, I guess, that it's going to do. So, little disappointed with the corn this year, to be honest with you. And then I have these ants. I don't know what it is about the corn, but it's just overrun by ants. So hopefully the ears survive it. Hopefully they're not, I don't know. But I'm gonna be very upset if I can't even eat the 3 ears of corn that I've grown. Grape plants are back there. They're not doing much. Wow, this is a 22-minute video so far. I've been rambling. So anyway, I'll end it there. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching this. Appreciate the likes and comments. If you have any questions or if you have any advice, I welcome them all. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Please, I would like everyone to learn with me and experience with me. I have plans. I have other videos that I need to put together. Kids are coming. Say hi, Ben. Hi. Ben is in a few of my videos. Love my kids. Until next time, YouTube, take care. Bye-bye.